Welcome, welcome, welcome. Our day 5 of week 3, our last day of this week. Are you excited? Yes, I am. Anyway, ciao, officially ciao, thriving yoga teachers. Welcome to the Strength Challenge live on YouTube and on Instagram. If you like to rewatch the class and you're watching from Instagram right now, you can always rewatch it on YouTube, and all the descriptions about the video are exactly there. So go and have a look there. This challenge is a journey. We journey together, we progress together, we enhance our strength together. We enhance also our fitness level together, our stamina, endurance. And when we're talking about endurance, it's not just about physical endurance. Endurance covers many topics. It covers the mental endurance, it covers the vocal endurance, the emotional endurance, anything related to yoga teaching, basically, because when we are yoga teachers, we need to endure not just physically but also mentally, also emotionally. We have to be there for our student. We have to have a nice vocal endurance because we have to go through the entire class, and maybe some days we have to go through different classes as well. So when we start to endure in our physical body, we can endure as well in all the other topics. Anyway, this is a celebration of movement. What we want here is to increase balance, to increase core stability, to increase strength, to increase agility, to increase endurance and respiratory and cardiovascular endurance as well. The classes are from Monday to Friday, always at the same time, 2:30 p.m. Sydney time, and the session is normally an hour. Now it's a little bit less, is 50 minutes roughly. I'm telling you why in a second. So let's have a class breakdown. So we're going to start with the lower body, targeting the legs, the glutes, and the core, the good stuff. What we want in this part of the class, we want to have 50 seconds active and 10 followed by 10 seconds rest. In those 50 seconds, what we want is to do whatever your body allows you to do, how many repetitions your body allows you to do, of course. And then we're moving on to the upper body, targeting the arms, the chest, the core, the back, and all the upper body parts. And what we want here is the same concept, 50 seconds active followed by 10 seconds rest. In the 50 seconds, the repetitions are entirely up to you. Always prioritize safety and listen to your body. You know your body best, and I can't see you, unfortunately, because I'm on the other side of the screen. So if it hurts or it feels uncomfortable, you might need to skip or modify that exercises. I'm more than happy to exercise. I'm more than happy to help you if you give me any feedback, if you have any feedback about any exercises that I provide within this class, but also the other classes. I'm more than happy to give you variations, suggestions, and modifications. Anyway, let's start to strengthen together. Here is the timer. Today we need something to lean against, so it's our Bulgarian squat, so we need something nice and soft. And then we need 2 blocks, kettlebell. If you don't have a kettlebell, anything that has a bit of a weight, or you could also do it with resistant bands, because what we're doing, it's a kettlebell swing. So you could do it also with the resistant band underneath of your feet, tucked underneath of your feet. And then we need 2 weights for our Romanian deadlift, and then we need something to slide on. I have sliders, but I don't really like the way they slide, so I prefer to use a blanket instead, but you can use a towel, you can use anything that you can slide in our second part of the class. So let's get started. We always start with a warm-up, and today we are doing jumping jacks. If you don't feel like doing jumping jacks, you can simply do leg raise to the side. Up to you. Your practice, your journey. And we're gonna do 2 minutes. Stay with your core engaged. Breathe through your belly. Yeah, the t-shirt is really not doing the thing. Maybe I just grab it. Yeah, perfect. Let's do it this way. So the microphone is not jumping everywhere. Breathe in and out deeply. I like to do it barefoot, but normally I see a lot of people using their trainers, especially to do jumps. It helps a lot on the impact of your bones and articulations. So if you want to use your trainers, more than welcome. Almost there, guys. After that, we're going into a hip mobility exercise, which is Malasana to Uttanasana. So, get ready with me. I don't know if I mentioned that. We're going to repeat the lower body sequence 2 times and then the upper body sequence 2 times. So 2 sets for the lower body, 2 sets for the upper body. In 1 set, there are 10 different exercises. You can join in anytime from now. Perfect. So toes slightly open, heels slightly tucked in, moving into Uttanasana with your feet wide and open, moving into Malasana. So Uttanasana, Malasana. You can increase your speed if you like. This is your first round, so take it easy. Maybe work more on the sensation of your body, work more on your breath. And also after the jumping jacks, all you want is to have a bit of a break, okay? So if you want to slow down, please do so. You might feel a lot on your quads here. Always have your knees tracking your toes. Notice if you internal rotate your knees or external rotate it. Perfect. Having 10 seconds rest, shake it off, shake your legs off a little bit, and then we're moving straight away to our Bulgarian squat. Start with your weaker leg. So what we want here is we want to draw 2 90-degree angles with our leg, lower down your knee as much as you can, and then coming back up, squeeze the glute. Lower down, up. If your front knee is passing over your toes, you might want to bring that leg a little bit forward. Here we go. Squeeze the glute. Yes, it's burning on the quads, I know. Stay with your trunk upright, your core engaged, belly to spine. Oh yes. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. And then let's get ready with the other leg. Same thing. Bulgarian squat. 2 90-degree angle. Front knee. It's not going over the toes. Lower down. Squeeze the glute. Stay with your trunk upright. Lengthening through the belly and engage through the core. You're almost there. You can do it. Stay strong. And normally staying strong, it doesn't mean just stay strong with your body. It also means staying strong mentally. And repeat your favorite mantra. Yes, I'm capable. Yes, I can do it. Anyway, squat, kettlebell swing. Let's get ready. Toes slightly open, heels slightly tucked in. Squat down, kettlebell, shoulder height. Let's bring some cardio. Nice. Squeeze the glute. Don't push your hips too much forward. We don't want to overarch your lower back as you bring the hips forward. We just want to have a gentle squeeze of your glutes. Chest is open. Neck remains as an extension of your spine. Stay focused. Nice. That was easier than what I was expecting. Deep squat. You can use the weight, but you can also do it without the weight. Toes slightly open, heels slightly tucked in. We want to lower down to the floor if your body allows you to. If it doesn't matter. You can stop right here. And then moving up, squeeze the heels up. And then again, deep squat. Raise your heels. Deep squat. Raise your heels. Deep squat. Oh yes, raise your heels. Nice. Let's rock it. Almost there. Halfway of our first set of today. Today I feel nice and strong. Definitely better than yesterday. Anyway, moving on to Romanian deadlifts. Let's get ready. Take your weight. Start with your weaker leg. So your focus is mainly on having one straight line as you're moving down. So your upper body stay in line with the back leg. And what we want here is to have a micro bend on the standing leg knee. As you're coming down and up, we want to also strengthen the surrounded muscles of your knees, and we don't want to tear any tendons or ligaments of your knees. So that's why we keep that micro bend. How are you guys going? Nice. We're moving on to the other leg right away. Get ready. Let's do it. I've been mentioning that the previous day, so I've created a PDF with all the exercises. You find it in those classes with the progression exercises as well, so they are divided week by week, day by day. And what you have in that PDF, it's a table where you can write down the repetition that you do in your week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And so you can compare what's your progression. And sometimes the progression doesn't mean the speed of your performance. Sometimes you become more aware of things that needs to improve within the exercise. So the repetition, it's not everything. It's part of the progression, but it's not everything. So, all right, so we need blocks. And we want to take into a high setting. We're going to raise one leg and then the other to the side. Stay with your spine straight as much as you can. Your chest is open, your shoulders are protracted. And we want to raise one leg to the side and then the other one. So as I said, in those PDF, you find a table with all the exercises. And next to the exercise, you find the number of repetitions and the number of breath, which is what are your repetitions within those 50 seconds in your practice. And of course, if you want to increase your speed, that's a great way to track your progression. But also, as I said, you might want to increase more awareness in your exercises. So sometimes, oh, sorry. It was one leg at a time, so we continue with both legs. I'm sorry, I've just created this sequence a couple of days ago, and to be honest, I didn't read it before starting. Yeah, my bad, but it's not so bad. Anyway, so let's focus one leg at a time. Stay with your core engaged. You're protracting through your shoulders. So yeah, if you like to download that PDF and you want to track your progression when it comes to repetition or number of breath, that's a great PDF. But also it's a great PDF if you want to practice by your own and just do your own thing at your own pace. Bear crawls. So what we want, it's a tabletop position, hands underneath of your shoulder, tuck your toes in, and then we want to raise that knees. We want to raise the knees up high. The lower the knees, the more intensities, the higher, the easiest. Push the floor away, stay protracted with your shoulders, core to spine, belly to spine. Stay with your core engaged. Stay present. Almost there, guys. 3 seconds. Nice. Moving back to the first exercise, which is malasana to uttanasana, working on the hips mobility. Hands down, hips down. Hips up, uttanasana. Increase the speed if that's part of your practice. Otherwise, just simply bring awareness to the sensation, to each movement your body is performing. It's your practice, it's your journey. This is actually Kundalini exercise or part of the practice, and I used to do 100 of them with high speed, and trust me, they're pretty challenging. They are so challenging, especially if you do it with high speed. We're moving into Bulgarian squats. Start with your weaker leg, moving forward. Lower down that knee, moving up, squeeze the glute. Lower down, up, squeeze the glute. Stay with your trunk upright. Push the top of your foot down on your bench, down on your bolster. And of course you can do it without the bolster as well. If you don't have it, you just go into reverse lunge and you perform there. Yes, it's burning, I know. Bear with me. Nice. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Let's get ready. Second leg. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Stay with your core engaged. Lower down the knee as much as you can. Try to work on the strength and not on the momentum. Try to really work on the strength of your quads, on the strength of your glutes. So moving down and up. Bear with me, stay strong. Nice. Right, squat, kettlebell, swing. Let's do it, guys. Toes slightly open, heels slightly tucked in. Bring the kettlebell shoulder height. Squat backward, hinging from the hips. Stay with your spine straight. You're doing amazing. Let's keep rocking. Breathe through your belly. Nice. Whew. That was a challenge, but that's what we're here for. Deep squat with weight. I'm gonna do it without. So squat down, up, heel raise. Squat down, up, heel raise. Let's do it. Oh yes. How you guys going? You still with me? Oh yes, that definitely feels good on your hips. After that, we're moving into Romanian deadlift, grabbing your weights. Nice. Start with a weaker leg if you have one or you need to discover one. Micro bend the standing knee, lower down, upper body in line with the back leg. Stay with your back leg always engaged. Pointy flex your toes. Oopsie. Stay with the foot nice and grounded. Focus on the 3 points underneath of your foot. Your big toe, your pinky toe, and your heel. That's when you should find your balance. Just focusing on those 3 points. And normally what it helps is also like slightly lift the inner arch of your foot as you're focusing on those 3 points. Let's try. Let's give it a go. Coming back up and lower down. Stay with your core always engaged. Your back leg always engaged by pointing flex your toes. In a couple of minutes, we start the upper body sequence. If you're joining in now, just unroll your mat. Get ready to train the upper body with me for, let's say, 20 minutes. All right. So we're bringing the blocks into high setting. And we're going to start with one leg this time. So moving the leg up and down, which is a great exercise to achieve your press to handstand. Engage through the core. Stay with your spine straight. That looks pretty easy, but it's not. It is a challenging exercise to do. Moving on, just take it off a little bit. Woo. And then moving on to the other leg right away. Let's do it. If you want to start to count your repetition as a way to engage your mind to the present moment, please feel free to do so. 15. I did count. All right, bear crawls as our last exercise of the lower body sequence. Let's do it. Push the floor away. Stay protracted with your shoulders. Your shoulders should be above your wrist, and then you engage your core by bringing the belly to the spine. And what we want here is want to have a little bit of more intensity, and we want to lower down the knees, otherwise higher up to ease the intensity. Stay with your shoulders and your core engaged all the time. Breathe through your belly. Three seconds. Nice, guys. First part of the class is officially over. Let's moving on to the second side. So we're just gonna dry the sweat. We're just gonna gather the energy. In the next minute or so, we have a glass of water, we have a drink together, and then we're gonna start to warm up the wrist and the shoulders on the mat for 2 minutes, and then moving on to the last and second and last part of our class, which is the upper body, focusing on arms, chest, back, shoulders, and core. Let's do it. I always like to clear my space as I have less to do later on. Also because I'm a little bit maniac. I love clean and unclutter spaces in general. My house is very clean. My house is almost white and minimal. I love white color. As you can see, I'm always wearing white. No, not true. I had a phase where I wore a lot of black, and then I read this article somewhere, and it was like the colors really reflect your energy, and the black, it's very dark, and of course. And then I was like, no, I actually wanna enhance my vibration, and that's why I shifted from black to white. But that's very much me. But also when I was a teenager, I had a phase where I was just fluo color. Actually teenager to my 20s, I was wearing like very bright colors. Not very suiting colors for me because I'm very pale. So imagine having like a fuchsia color on me, which was not really the best for my color skin, but I used to love those fluo color. I used to enjoy them so much. All right, nice chatting with you guys. Let's do the second part of the class. Let's see if everything is working here. Yeah, Instagram wasn't doing the job today. Anyway, I'm still here on YouTube. But anyway, that's part of the game. All right, so let's moving on to some wrist and shoulders warm up. All right, some wrist and shoulders warm up. Let's start with some rotation. Hands down underneath of your shoulders, fingers spread wide. And we want to do some rotation, moving sideways, front, sideways, and back. Just anti-clockwise as well. If you did clockwise, the opposite direction. And then we want to move the hands sideways, and we want to move and shifting the body from one side to another, one side to another. Also pointing your fingers toward your knees, shifting your body weight to your fingers, raising up the palms. And then if it's comfortable for you, just try with one hand first. Just flip the top of your hand down on the mat. And if you can, just do the other hand as well. Otherwise, do one hand at a time. And if you're here, maybe let's do some wrist push-ups. That's how I call them. Maybe they have another name. If you want to let me know in the comment, more than happy to hear that. Wrist push-ups. Here we go. Stay there, maybe do some nice rotations on the wrist. Here we go. The opposite direction. Let's do a little bit more on the warm-up, as we have to do some shoulders warm-up, some flexion and extension of the shoulders. Some abductions and adductions of the shoulders and scapula. Nice, and maybe some shoulders retractions and protraction. Stay with your elbows nice and straight. Here we go, some rotations. And the other way. Some triceps stretch. Sometimes, you're live and you're like, oh my God, I'm blank. What do I say? What can I say? And then it comes. And then the blank moment is gone. But try to do live classes as much as you can, as much as you're not comfortable with, because that's such a great help when it comes to your yoga teaching, but also when it comes to public speaking. Trust me, if you watch my live class on day 1, actually it was day 0, I messed up everything. The camera was not working. Sorry, I'm just going to finish up that, and then we're going to start with Lolasana on blocks, so get ready with your blocks. It was like the camera was not working, the autofocus was not working. My speech, after a long time not talking in front of a camera, was like, I had a lot of blank moments. I didn't know what to say. And also English is my second language, probably even third. But anyway, so I was blank most of the time, and what I said was like nonsense. But I kept going, I kept showing up. And that's when I saw the real magic happening, just day by day, just by showing up day by day. So it was pretty magical, but was pretty scary at some point. But the key was just to show up. Anyway, let's keep going. So I'm actually going to do this, and then going to do this. Perfect. So what I'm going to do here is Lolasana on blocks. Place your blocks in between your knees and your toes. And what I'd like you to do is to bring the top of your feet down on the floor, bring the knees up and down, up and down. Just do a couple of more. If you like, you can always hold into this position. Otherwise, if you are with me into taking it gentle and easy this week, you can simply just lower down the knees, have a bit of a break. I've got cramps on my toes. Nice. The real magic of the live streaming. You can't hide anything. That's what I like about it as well. It's like there's no fakeness. I don't know if you can say that in English. But anyway, Superman hold. So stretch your legs slightly open if you have a lower back issue. You can stay up, otherwise you can lower down. Up and down. Come up, working on your core and your lats, and then down, up, down, squeezing the glute as you're coming up with your legs. Stay with your legs engaged, point, flex your toes. Nice. All right, next up it's L sit hold. So what we want is to extend the legs forward, bring your blocks into a low setting, hands sideways, come up, push the blocks away, stay protracted with your shoulders, neck nice and straight, your legs nice and straight as well by dorsiflexing your feet. Stay there, breathe. Breathe through your belly. Engage through the core. Nice, we did it. So zigzags. So lower down your trunk, hands slightly tucked under your hips, and what we want here is to point flex your toes, and we want to do some zigzag. Very, very important. It's to have the lower back glued to the floor. It's not moving. You can lower down the legs. I can raise the legs up into 45 degrees. Just maybe do that on our first round. If you want to stay low, you can stay low as long as the lower back is attached, or even better, glued to the floor. So the same thing with the L-sit, blocks close to your hips, hands moving sideways. Here, we're coming back to L-sit, engaging to the legs, but what we want here is to raise one leg at a time, up, 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 nice and strong. How are you guys going? Oh yes. Strength challenge, welcome. I've also developed the evolution of that, but I'm gonna tell you more when we finish with our training. That's most important. Nice, that was pretty challenging. We're moving on to plank uttanasana push-up slides. So we're starting in plank, tuck your toes under on your blanket, uttanasana, and then we're moving back into plank. You can lower the knees, you can go into a push-up, squeeze your tricep in, up, uttanasana, and then moving to plank. One trick here, it's to have your shoulders slightly above your wrist in order to bring your legs forward. Same thing, shoulders over wrist, slide back. Lower your knees, push up. Again, Uttanasana, lower the knees, push up. Nice and strong. Bear with me. Lower your knees, push up. Nice. Great, guys. We are doing amazing. All right, same exercise we did yesterday, which is something that we should do pretty much every day if you want to do press to handstand. Straddle, lift one leg over the block. So what we want is to have a nice engagement on the core, up and over, up and over, up and over, up and over. Nice. Let's keep going. Stay with this leg engaged. Point to flex your toes. Up, over. Almost there. Oh yes. It's definitely challenging. I've just noticed that I was leaning back in order to bring that leg up. What we want here is to have that nice engagement on the core and stay with your trunk exactly where it is, as much as we can, of course. Perfect. Moving on to the other leg. Same thing, up and over. You can finding the front, the left knee. So we want to do this. This actually helps as a leverage for the trunk to stay nice and straight. But it's up to you, really. Up and over, up and over. Notice if you lean back, try to stay nice and straight. I know it's hard, but not impossible. Let's do it. Engage through the core. Stay present. Nice, we did it. Jackknife crunches. So what we want here is, you can tuck your hands under, but not really because we need them at some point. So it's leg lift and then crunch. That's a beginner version of the jackknife crunches. Normally you should do this and up. But as I'm coming from a week of not feeling great, I'm taking it very easy. And I want to do the beginner version today. That's how I feel. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful to honor your body where it is. It's also pretty challenging to stay with your legs straight. So it's still very challenging to achieve that. As long as your lower back is attached to the floor the entire time, you're doing amazing. Okay, let's play with some handstand. Find the wall. And what I like to do is to do two variations. Normally I start like this. Oopsie. Oopsie. And then maybe I go the other way as well. It's happening all the time. Let's 6 seconds. If you're falling off, just stay there. Low asana, let's get ready. High settings, blocks in between your knees and your toes. Coming back to the first exercise of our upper body sequence. Up and down, up and down. Nice. Are you guys going? Still have a lot of energy? We have 10 more minutes to go. You can do it. You can definitely do it. It's all part of becoming stronger mentally, physically, emotionally. Just maybe slow down, but keep showing up. Keep doing your best. Amazing. Otherwise, Superman, hold or up and down. I'm gonna do the up and down version. Up, down, up, down. Maybe hold a couple of breaths here, and then release in between, and then up again. Nice, you're doing amazing, guys. Let's keep rocking. Nice. Woo. Great. All right, let's moving into L, sit, hold. Moving the blocks between, framing your hips, hands moving sideways up. Stay there and hold. Stay with your legs engaged. Dorsiflex your feet. Engage through the core, belly to spine. Neck nice and straight. Lean slightly forward if you can, and if you want to, increase a little bit of the strength and leveling up the intensity a little bit, slightly. Pretty challenging already. My heart is racing. I feel like after the week of sickness, for some reason I have my heart racing every time I do a big effort, but that's part of healing, I guess. All right, zigzag. Hands slightly tucked under the hips, toes pointed flex, stay engaged with your legs. Don't lose that engagement with your legs. Stay with your lower back attached to the floor. Breathe in and out deeply through your belly. Nice. Zigzags for today, done. Coming back into L sit. Blocks. Let's place them in between your knees and your hips, just leveling up a little bit more. Up. And then we want to raise one leg at a time. So the blocks, the more closer to the knees, the harder it is in this exercise. Core engaged. Bear with me. Oh, we did it! So plank to Uttanasana to push-ups, slides. Let's get ready. Let's do it. Uttanasana, shoulders over wrists, slide backward, knees down, tricep in, push up. In, out, down, push up. In, out, knees down, push up. Let's do it. Shoulders over wrist, shifting the weight to your fingers. And here we go. Nice, guys. All right, straddle with blocks. Point to flex your toes. Frame your right knee or left knee, whichever way you like to start. Notice if you're leaning back. Instead, try to have that psoas more engaged. So leaning backward helps, but it's not helping when it comes to strengthening the psoas and the core. You can always lower down the block if it's too challenging to start with a high setting. It's up to you, it's your journey, it's your practice. Just find your way through that. Yeah, I was leaning backward still. Let's see if I move it a little bit away. Still, anyway, I'm here to improve as much as all of us are here to improve. All right, so moving up and over, up and over. Of course, you're gonna have like a easy time with one leg and harder time with the other. This is definitely my stronger. Stay focused. Breathe through your belly. Almost there. 2 seconds. One more. Oh, yes! All right. That's a nice stretch. Jackknife crunches. You can do your variation, you can do the full variations, otherwise, like me, up, crunches, leg lift, and then crunch, leg lift, and crunch. Stay focused on no arching your lower back as you lower down the legs. Super important. Nice. All right, let's play with some handstand for the next 50 minutes, and then we are done for today. Oopla. This block didn't help. Anyway, guys, we are officially done for today. Thank you so much for showing up once again. I'm so glad you keep following the journey with me. I'm very, very, very thrilled and excited. Anyway, I like to share progresses, processes, and practice here on YouTube as I train with you every day, I train basically my strength with you every day. That's how I decided to journal myself to become stronger, a better version of myself with a lot of more strength, endurance, and stamina. Anyway, I also share my handstand journey on Instagram. If you like to follow me there, you have all the info in the description below the YouTube video. Subscribe if you want to continue this journey with me. We have one more week to go. Probably like the most challenging week, but that's what we're here for. You know what's coming. Anyway, if you are willing to give me any feedback about this class, I'm more than happy to hear your feedback, any suggestions, anything that you would like to share with me down below. I'm more than happy to read your opinion and your feedback. Anyway, see you tomorrow, same time, 2:30 p.m. Sydney time. Ciao for now.